Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool, and welcome back to Starfield. We'll be continuing where we left off, which it's been a couple of weeks, so I don't actually quite remember what that was. We'll check the journal when we get into the game and see what I was working on. I think I was still going through the quest line for the United Colonies, if I'm remembering the name correctly, dealing with the Terramorphs. That's what I vaguely think was going on, but let's check. Yeah. United Colonies, War Relics, report to Hadrian. Vevictus has given me the location of Kaiser, but expects I'll need some additional information to bring him home. He suggests I check in with Hadrian first. Okay. So yeah, I think we'll just keep going on with this quest line to see where it takes us, because it's been enjoyable so far to figure out what's going on with these Terramorphs, and fighting them has been somewhat challenging. Not too bad. Alright, so where are we headed? Also, out of curiosity, I'm wondering if the journal has fixed itself with finding the other locations for... What is it? Yeah. These powers from beyond. Can I find those on the map now? No. Still not showing up on the map, so I'll either have to look up where they're at online to find those, or it's probably a problem with one of my mods. So I'd have to fix my mods. So we'll leave that for some future time. I have no idea what's wrong with it, but that's fine. We'll sort that out later. In the meantime, I guess we are heading to Seoul. That's right, Hadrian is in Sidonia on Mars. At the bar, probably. That's right. And warping here takes me right outside this door, so I gotta go through another cutscene. Or, not cutscene. Loading screen, that's the word. Don't understand why.
Ever been to Aquila?
Alright. No? Why is it showing that they're out here? They're definitely inside Sidonia. Unless I'm very confused. Huh. I am confused. Oh, are they in the... They might be in that abandoned mine. They are! This is the problem with being away for a couple of weeks. Family stuff with the holidays, but... Yeah. Now I'm remembering. They said that they were using the old abandoned mine, which was their old meeting place before, for their company. The group that worked on the Xeno weapons. So we just have to get over here. Yeah, it's way out there. Can I really not fast travel closer? Yeah, okay. Let's just fast travel that rather than running that whole distance again. We've done that before. So do we... Wow, there are a lot of people here. Are these just unnamed? Yeah. Three-star collective, making sure we're not doing anything wrong with the data.
Okay. Hello.
Okay. So the question is, do we tell Hadrian that her clone father is actually still alive?
Welcome back. I was afraid you might have gotten reassigned. You've been gone so long. So how's it feel to be a citizen?
Feels good, Major. If I'm honest, it doesn't feel any different. I'm not thrilled associating with a group like United Colonies. You know, I'd almost forgotten I was a citizen. A lot happened in the interim. No, I'll just say, if I'm honest, it doesn't really feel any different.
To each their own. Still remember my ceremony. 19 years old. Standing on the front deck of Mast, looking over the city. One of the proudest days of my life. But it is real good to have you here again. We've been going through the Terramorph data and, well, we're gonna need all the help we can get.
Okay.
These logs, they're even more thorough than I remembered. Genetic workups, population statistics, hell, even their food chain. I'd completely forgotten, for example, that there was a creature that actually ate Terramorphs. At this point, the data's given us more options to explore than we have people to work on them.
There's a creature that eats Terramorphs? So, an even more alpha predator? That's a scary thought. I can help with that. I found your research team. Well, then you're going to love this. Your research team's on its way here. What that kind of monster eats Terramorphs? That's what I want to know.
Well, 8. They went extinct a few decades back. A big lumbering thing called an Aceles. Something I'd love to learn more about, if we had the people to look into it.
From what I know about games, they aren't going to bring up some alpha predator that eats Terramorphs if we're not going to run into one, or it's not going to be important. So we're going to run into one. Well, I can help you. I found your research team.
That'd be something, wouldn't... I'm sorry, are you... You're serious? You found... our research team? That's... incredible. That accelerates... everything. With them back, it'll let us... Wait. Kaiser. Did you find Kaiser?
He's my next stop, but I was told that I'd need your help overcoming his security protocols. Consider him as good as collected. What is it so special about this Kaiser?
Well, Kaiser's one of a kind. Special built for the sort of work we did. Dealing with unfriendly beasts in hostile environments. No other robot in the galaxy like him. So did you really manage to track him down?
He's my next stop, but I was told I need your help overcoming his security protocols.
That's right. You would need that. Whoever gave you these leads sure knew their stuff. Well, how? How exactly did you manage to find them?
I'm just talented. I had some help, but we need to leave it at that. Actually, they were found by your father. He's alive and imprisoned by the UC. I'm super not supposed to give that information. It's very top secret, so... I'm just talented.
Miracle worker is more like it. Getting Kaiser back, that gives us more than a few new paths forward on dealing with the Terramorphs. But if he's been out there on his own all this time, you're gonna need something. Come on.
Okay.
We've already made a lot of progress getting this place back online. Some of the containment chambers were a bit on the unpleasant side, but the facility staff made short work of that.
Your walking speed. Okay, I'm supposed to talk with Sarah again.
When you have the time, of course.
Yep.
I know it's here somewhere. Here, Kaiser schematics. Actuators, weapons, batteries. That old robot's been MIA for a while, so chances are he's gonna need some repairs. He's also got a lock on his voice controls. You can give yourself authorization with the phrase, Nos belli machinis. Now, where exactly is the old machine?
Freestar territory wandering a battlefield on a world called Nira. Ground zero for Xeno weapons deployments was how it was described to me. What are you suggesting? I make these repairs myself?
Oh, it's really not that daunting. So long as he's on a planet with some modicum of civilization, you should be able to cobble together most of what he might need. He is on a planet like that, right?
Yeah, he's on Nira.
A battlefield. On Nira? Ugh, sheesh. No wonder no one's found him. That sector of Nira was destination #1 for xenoweapons during the war. Add to that general environmental devastation and the kind of lawlessness that comes with any Freestar world, and that planet's got more than enough ways to make a visit your last. But I think there's a place where you can start your search. Yep. One-of-a-kind salvage. Licensed to an Angelo Alonso. Goes by Gel. As good a place to start as any.
Alright, I'm off to Nira. I'm not going to tell her that her father's alive. Why is Kaiser so valuable to stopping the Terramorphs? What else can you tell me about Nira?
The Colony War saw a lot of hard fighting, but Nira got it the worst. Everything the Freestar Collective and UC could muster, ground troops, xenoweapons, mechs, was hurled into the fray. Both sides hoped something would decisively turn the tide, but it never did. When the war finally ended, swaths of that world were so devastated they were effectively abandoned. So what Kaiser's doing there of all places, I can only guess at.
Why is he so valuable?
Kaiser lets us do field work with a level of precision that there's really no other way to accomplish. More than a few of the options we're looking into. Detectors to uncover the Terramorph transmission method, or crafting a targeted biological agent. They require highly specific materials to test against. And asking a group of Marines to accompany us for that kind of work, well, it usually ended up with ruined samples and wounded teammates.
Alright, well then I'm off to Nira.
And I'll make sure we're ready to put them to use as soon as you've got them.
Okay, Sarah, what's the deal?
I have an important personal decision to make, but I need to discuss something with you first.
If it will help you decide, I'm here to listen. Sorry about the things I have to take care of first. Have I done something wrong? I can ask that, I suppose.
No, not at all. This is something that's been weighing on my mind for a long time. I was hoping if I talked about it with you, I could get your opinion. That's all.
Sure, I'm willing to listen.
Thank you. So, where to start? Before I was with the Navigator Corps, I was career military, part of the United Colonies Navy. When the Colony War broke out, I was posted as the chief navigator on a warship, the Dauntless.
Making chief navigator sounds like quite an accomplishment. You must have seen a lot of combat. When we first met, I thought I detected some military in your blood. It's pretty close to captain, right? Yeah.
In my case, I was third in command, which has a lot to do with the story. There was a particularly bloody battle. We were fighting over a world in the Eta Cassiopeia system. Worst fighting I'd ever seen. We lost 12 ships that day. 12. Including my own.
This is too difficult for you. We don't have to continue. Hundreds of lives must have been lost. I'm assuming the United Colonies won this battle. Why the Cassiopeia... I can't say that. Cassiopeia system?
Economic reasons. Several of the worlds in the Cassiopeia system were mineral rich. Both sides wanted to drop refinery outposts on the surface to bolster their supply.
I'm assuming the United Colonies won.
With hundreds of lives lost on both sides, I'd argue there were no winners at all. Now let me finish. The ship was barely intact. The captain and first mate died the previous day, which put me in command. A shrewd captain would have called for the crew to abandon ship. But I was so angry. I wanted to stay. I needed to fight.
I would have done the same. I wouldn't have taken the risk. I don't know what I would have done. Despite the damage, your ship still had the ability to fight?
The Dauntless was a tough little ship. No shields and the hull was breached, but it still had power. And weapons. That's why I remained in the battle. Huge mistake.
Yeah, so first thing about fighting, I think, is making sure your guys stay alive. Like, that should be top priority. If you've lost your shields and have major hull breaches, it's time to, you know, flee, rearm, fix up your ship, etc. before returning. Fighting with no shields seems foolish. At least that's my thought. I can understand the anger if people you care about died, but you're just risking everyone else on the ship. So I'm gonna have to say I wouldn't have taken that risk.
This is getting awkward. Yes, I know. Okay?
Damn
Damn it. Will you let me finish? We fought for hours, but the damage was fatal. I gave the order to abandon ship and the crew piled into the escape shuttle. As the shuttle launched, I could see it was damaged. I heard screams before the radio cut. And last thing I saw, they were spiraling helplessly towards the planet's surface. There was nothing I could do.
I'm sorry you had to go through that. My condolences to your crew. Dauntless was too far gone to save your crew. Why weren't you on the shuttle with them? I think that's a reasonable question.
It was my duty as acting captain to be the last person to leave the Dauntless. We had more than one escape shuttle available. So, I elected to wait until they were safe.
And then you took one of the other shuttles. So it was too far gone to save your crew?
The ship barely had enough power for comms and life support. All I could do was watch them die.
My condolences.
Thank you. But condolences can't reverse what I've done. I was caught up in the moment. An inexperienced captain making rash decisions that cost people their lives.
Nothing you've described sounds like your fault. Your crew knew what they were getting into when they signed up. What did your superiors say about your actions? Probably nothing good.
My superiors? When the dust settled, the United Colonies gave me a medal. Can you believe that? A damn medal. I never even had a chance to find the shuttle wreckage and give my crew a proper burial.
You can't blame yourself for what amounts to bad luck. You should be proud of earning a medal like that. No, that medal's going to be tainted in their mind. At least you're still alive to honor their legacy. How did you get off the Dauntless?
After I checked every section of the ship for wounded crew, I took the other escape shuttle. If I hadn't, I would have died. The Dauntless came apart minutes after I escaped.
Well, you're still alive to honor their legacy.
That's true. But still, it doesn't erase the real issue here. Remember when you said no one but me would have pushed harder to keep the navigator core going? Well, this time, pushing too hard cost lives. Don't you get it? Everything I do, everything I touch, somehow falls apart. That's why I'm worried about us.
Don't worry, I'm here for you every step of the way. You can't get rid of me that easily. There's little you could say that would change my opinion about you. Worried about us?
Look, it's clear the two of us are becoming more than partners. We're becoming close friends. Even though I've pushed people away in the past, I feel different when I'm around you. I feel safer, comfortable, not afraid to admit who I am. I'm terrified I'm going to screw that up.
Huh. Don't worry, I'm here for you every step of the way.
After everything you've heard, all my stories, you still have faith. No
Sure.
one's ever cared about me this much. Not even Aja.
I'll never stop having faith in you, Sarah. Nothing can get in the way of our friendship. We're partners. I'll always have your back. Flirt. That's because I'm falling in love with you, Sarah. We're partners. I'll always have your back.
And I'll have yours. All right, partner. I suppose it's time we get back to work. Thank you for being there, for listening to me when I needed it the most. I'll never forget this. I promise.
Bethesda did a decent job of having a good amount of backstory and dialogue with your companions. So far, I think they've done a pretty good job there. Let's see, where am I going? I guess I'm headed to that planet. Yeah, heading to Nira. Theoretically, talking to someone? Well, it's saying I should just go straight to... No, one-of-a-kind salvage on Nira. So I'm not actually trying to go directly to Kaiser. Okay. Well, let's see if I can just fast travel there without going back to my ship. Set course to Nira. Yes. Jump. Hopefully that'll just put me in my ship.
Captain?
And it did. Nice. Let's do a scan of the planet. Always good to do. And then land at one-of-a-kind salvage.
Landing side looks clean. Let's sit it down.
This is a good ship. Alright. Let's see if we can find this salvager guy. And if...
Orion. Greetings.
Hi, Vasco. And see if he might have any ideas of where we will find our robot friend. And you guys are friendly, right? You have a name. Weird. Oh, I was like, does it seem as a threat? No. It's a bit terrifying.
You looking for advice on heading out into the fields? Jill's happy to oblige.
Alright. Let's find this gel. Apparently not this way. Hello? Hi, Gel.
Hey! New model on the floor. Welcome to the one-of-a-kind. Refuge and rest home for the hardest scrappers anywhere. Name's Jill. Proprietor.
Okay. I'm here to recover a robot goes by the name of Kaiser. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Ryan. Impressive place you've got here, Gel. I'll pass on the small talk if you don't mind. Or what exactly do you and your scrappers do here, Gel? I'll start with that.
Into money mostly. Plus selling equipment, information, and supplies to any short-term scrappers that want to take a shot at striking it rich out in the fields.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Orion.
So formal. The pleasure's all mine, my good man. Angelo Alonso, at your service. You can call me Jill. Can I get you started on a tab, then? Or you here to try and make your fortune in the fields? I'm happy to take your credits however you want to hike them over.
I don't know. Telling him what I'm looking for could be bad if he's not helpful. Probably going to go that way, but I'll start out with what kind of a name is one of a kind, rather than just saying I'm here to make a fortune. Yeah.
It's kind of an inside joke. Other than the fact that we're the only place out here, the mechs we harvest, they're primarily from a group known as the 1st Cavalry. Their unit was deployed to break the deadlock on this world during the Colony War. Almost succeeded too, but as you can probably guess, it didn't ultimately work. Left us plenty of scrap to build with though, so we thought it'd be funny to dedicate this place to the folks that made it possible.
So this is where the first fought. The 1st Cavalry being who we dealt with the Freestar Rangers. Anything else you know about this 1st Cavalry unit?
So they were pretty widely considered the best damn mech unit in the Freestar Militia. Maybe the galaxy. Their leader? Major Paxton Hull. They say he was some kind of tactical genius. Whole damn war, he always seemed to be just one step ahead of the UC. But all that changed here on Nera. The fighting was brutal, apparently. Between the aliens and the UC defenses, most of the 1st Cav was wiped out. They say Hull snapped, that he couldn't handle the loss of so many good soldiers. When the ceasefire order finally came, he ignored it. Said he was too close to victory, and didn't want his people's lives to be sacrificed for nothing. So they court-martialed Hull and the other survivors of the 1st. Locked them all up, and that was that.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see the connection between this storyline for the United Colonies and then the Freestar...
Anyone home?
Quiet you. And the Freestar Rangers. There is that connection, because they do have a war connection. So yeah, I'm looking for a robot goes by Kaiser.
Kaiser? No bot around here with that tag. Oh, unless you mean Captain Ahab? At least, that's what we've all been calling him. No clue what his actual designation is, since he's got some sort of security protocol that prevents inquiries and general chit-chat. But he's a combat bot, right? Yeah, that machine's been out there a while now, hunting this one siren, his white whale. But it's been a while since anyone's laid eyes on Captain Ahab, though. Maybe he finally got the thing. Or it got him.
Yes, that's Kaiser. It could be him. The robot I'm looking for worked with the United Colonies Xeno Warfare team. That's too much information to give this random person. I must have misspoken. Not Ahab. Kaiser. What's a siren? White whale, what are you talking about? I mean, obviously, he's talking about the book Moby Dick with Captain Ahab and his white whale. But, sure.
Old art story about one Captain Ahab chasing some big fish that's bound to get him killed? No? I thought the name was a good fit since our bot friend was so damn busy chasing that siren of his. Quality slate, too. Think I got a copy for sale if you want to give it a look.
Man, this guy will sell anything. What's a siren?
Nasty kind of alien left behind after the Colony War. Pretty much blind. Original ones brought to Nera were all Xeno weapons. But those critters have long since passed. But they left behind more than enough untrained babies to keep the fields plenty interesting.
Okay. I'll just say, yeah, that's Kaiser.
Well, all right. So, sounds like you've got two options. You can wander around out there, hunting your bot, little old white whale of your very own. Maybe you find him. Maybe you get yourself killed. But knowing this rock is part of what we do here. So if you want to find him a whole lot faster, I'll sell you what I know about this. Kaiser's location.
Of course you will.
It's a little steep, but I'm willing to negotiate.
Uh-huh. So it's a bot that they haven't been able to scrap yet because it's too dangerous. And so they just let it run about. But he's still going to charge me 1,000 credits for what he knows. Or I can persuade. The rope might be key to stopping terramorph attacks across the galaxy. Or I'll take my chances out in the field. Again, I'm not giving strangers classified information. So let's just say I'll try and persuade him. I'm sure we can work something out. I'm supposedly good at persuasion. Look, I get it. You've got your orders. I've got mine for +1, +3. That price is a little too high and you know it. Or +4. Who knows how long it'll be before you get another offer. And I need to get 6 pips in 3 turns. We'll start with this +3. That's medium difficulty.
Hold on. I never said that was my final offer.
I'm sure there's a way we can both walk away happy. Look, I get it. You got your orders. I got mine. You don't seem to understand. I need this information now. I'll take one of these +1s and hope I get a +2 on the next turn. Or I could just go for this medium difficulty +4 and hopefully end on this turn. And if not, hope for a +3 next time. Yeah, why not? You don't seem to understand. I need this information now.
I do understand. I'm trying to figure out a way to help you, okay? Okay.
Success.
Okay. You made your point. I'll give you a discount.
So now it's down to 675. Fine. Here, just tell me where he is.
Pleasure doing business with you. So, last anyone heard of him, he was out near the Syracuse. Shipwreck about a quarter click down the main strip. One of my roughnecks said he heard some kind of beacon. Just keep your ears open. You should find your machine. Eyes open too. Sirens and ecliptic out there, and neither takes prisoners. Oh, and corpse retrieval is not included in this transaction, so now you know. Give Ahab a Kaiser our best.
Okay. So I now have a rough location to find.
I'm pleased to see scrappers disassembling these mechs. Damn war machines are better off being erased from history.
I mean, the mechs are cool. I get why people wouldn't want mechs to be a regular thing in war. But as a video game player, mechs are cool.